Well, just when you thought no one could possibly be worse than Justin Trudeau, along comes Chrystia Freeland. Canada's former Deputy Prime Minister is running to replace Trudeau as Governor of America's 51st state. I'll let her explain why.
A few weeks ago in Saskatoon, I met a 4-year-old girl named Ari. She asked me, "Can you stop Trump from invading Canada?" Ari is a smart girl, and she's asking the right question. I'm running to be leader of the Liberal Party and the next Prime Minister of Canada.
4-year-olds always worrying about geopolitics. It actually reminds me of a time my 3-year-old struck up a conversation with me about how Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment profoundly affected his view of kindy. What I find strange is that Freeland's imagined toddler didn't ask about her government freezing truckers' bank accounts during the pandemic. Maybe the kid had to go poop. Or perhaps the 4-year-old only started talking politics after realising the former Deputy PM was never going to be any good at playing dolls, unable as anyone in the Canadian Liberal Party is to distinguish between, Ken and Barbie.
I will never apologise for standing up for an LGBTQ2+ kids' rights.
Christina Freeland's story of inspiration from a 4-year-old is a lie, as anyone who's ever met a 4-year-old will tell you. But just imagine for a moment that it's true. Chrystia Freeland, aged 56, wants to be Prime Minister of Canada. And why? Well, a 4-year-old pulled Freeland aside to express her deep existential dread that Trump would invade Canada. That was when Freeland knew things were serious. And it makes sense. When a toddler is more concerned about Trump nuking Canada than about, say, more juice or nap time, well, you simply have to pay attention. You might want to consider, however, that 4-year-olds still believe in Santa and the Tooth Fairy and, as it appears, the Canadian Liberal Party. May I suggest that if your strongest argument for attaining high office is that you have a toddler giving you foreign policy advice, you might want to rethink your entire campaign, or at least run it by a couple of 5-year-olds first. Freeland continued,
Trump is posing the gravest challenge our country has faced since the Second World War.
Literally nobody believes this. Well, OK, maybe a 4-year-old would believe that if a 4-year-old knew who Trump was or what the Second World War was. Freeland warned,
this time, Trump's threats are even worse. He wants to make us the 51st state. Trump is unleashed and empowered.
Now Trump's Russia-Ukraine negotiations suddenly make sense. He's trying to establish a precedent in Europe for the invasion of Canada. But 4-year-olds throughout Ottawa can resume their finger painting. Freeland is on the job.
I will fight for you. I will fight for Canada. And together, we will win.
Honestly, if Freeland is elected PM by her party later today, Trump won't need to invade. Canadians will be begging him to take over. But Freeland didn't stop there. She has said that as Prime Minister, she would seek greater ties with the UK and France, whose nuclear weapons could protect Canada from Donald Trump. That's right. She's proposing that Canada create a nuclear defence against America.
I would be sure that France and Britain were there, who possess nuclear weapons, and I would be working urgently with those partners to build a closer security relationship that guarantees our security in a time when the United States can be a threat.
Just incredible. Freeland is a bigger whack job than Trudeau, and that's saying something.